So, Yash,
Hi.
how are you?
Pretty good. Just finished a raid hour. Nothing really too good from these Blacephalons, but I'm waiting for its shiny to come out so that this way we can get our Shundos.
Oh man, the shiny is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Nice dark blue hue. Just heads exploding, fireworks, shinies all over us.
I know, it's
Yes,
beautiful.
exactly.
The reason I'm interviewing you today is because you are one of the most interesting guys in Pokemon Go, you know.
Oh, really?
Wow. Exaggeration. Like every time a new player comes in, every time this guy gets a new player, he like takes them under his wing and then they disappear after a while. But he really takes everybody under his wing.
So, RJ, just make sure that you don't come near me.
So I gotta ask you the question though. So when did you start?
I started, it was a week before my birthday in 2016. It was July 7th, July 8th.
Yeah. So you're a veteran.
Yeah, a long time ago.
So what was it like back then compared to now?
Well, it was more of a Safari Zone type of thing for a game.
Yeah.
It didn't have any kind of like trainer battles or trades, not even shinies. It was just the Gen 1 151 Mons. They're all dropped at the same time, except for, I think, Mewtwo and Mew, because special events for those, and they're trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
But they dropped all the like Kanto Pokemon at the same time then. And you get to go through like, you know, your new moments then, learn how the game works. The appraisal system was entirely different than what it normally was. It was a whole bunch of different kind of phrases and words that varied between the teams. So Valor had them, Mystic had them, Instinct had them. I think ours, if I remember correctly, it was, well, if it was a Hundo or something like that, it's like, wow, your Mon could really battle with the best of them. Its best stat is his HP. Its attack is great too. Its defense is great too. These are the best stats ever, no doubt. And that was the Instinct one.
And you know, that's just like how it is in the mainline games.
Yeah,
they'll give you some vague responses like that. It wasn't until later on when they actually did it better, you got better judging, right?
So, like, I think the reason why they ended up changing that appraisal system was it was just really inconvenient to determine. And then you had Calgi IV and Pokegenie get the rise. And initially, the whole point of them was to just determine the IVs for PvE because, again, no PvP. There was no, like, reason to actually like do any kind of raids or expanded functions within those apps. So Pokemon Go Niantic made that happen so that this way, like they changed their IV appraisal system so that this way it was in direct competition with those other apps, the third-party apps that you're not supposed to have, right?
Okay, so there was like no Pokegenie or any of that back then?
No, Pokegenie and Calci IV were there. The only purpose for them was to scan IVs. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the state of the game now?
All right. Well, like, you know, they have their ups and downs. They've like had their home runs, like showcases, implementing that. Routes aren't too terrible now. They fix out some of those type of things.
Now, aren't they?
They're a little bit better. And then like they're introducing a new like feature where if you're in a party, you can actually share your lucky eggs and star pieces. So
really,
yeah, it's a new thing that they just announced.
I had no idea about that.
They just announced it. It was like in their beta testing, or it was like, you know, like their data mining.
Oh, okay.
Right. So that's new information that's being put out there. So they're doing a good job that way. However, at the end of the day, it's still a lot of problems. Still seeing a lot of problems when it comes to frame rates when you're PvPing.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of glitching. There's even issues that they're not fixing within the PvE aspect. And oh my god.
Yeah, there's a bird in here.
All right, back to the interview.
So, all right, so
right, that guy's gonna hop around. Everything like that.
He's a blooper.
Yeah, that's a blooper. Just like no. So like again, more problems with it.
Yeah.
It's within PvE when you're doing raids. Sometimes your Mon is battling and then automatically gets knocked out because you dodged too much or you didn't dodge enough.
Yeah,
and that's an issue because, like, you know, if you're utilizing, like, if you're playing the game, it's just an annoyance at the end of the day. Otherwise, other than that, like, they're trying to make it fun, make it interesting. I think that they could do better with their events.
Yeah, I've been
This
hearing that a
past month
lot.
has been terrible.
Oh,
Terrible for
man.
their events.
I've never heard one good thing about the events. The only thing good about the events is like the new shiny or whatever. But
New Mon debut, new shiny is usually the basic.
yeah,
But like, you just try to make the like bonuses last a little bit longer. I remember back in the day when you had like events starting and they lasted like maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. But the bonuses lasted that long too,
yeah.
It was actually something exciting. When people said, this is an event, it was an event. You know what I mean?
It's not like now where how many tentacles can you really catch, right?
Yeah. No, I remember like the Halloween one, like, they had Ghastly Haunter, Gengar, of course. They had a few Darkmons, everything like that, but they also had Cubone and Marowak as spawns. And then at the time, you couldn't really get them because, and then the neat thing with that was because Cubone's wearing the mask, the head of his dead mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that counts as Halloween.
Okay,
if you think about it. It's morbid, but yeah.
It is morbid.
Yes.
But it's Pokemon. So I got to ask you now, Pokemon related, your account. Shundo, Hundo count.
Okay. This is where I'm going to have to take my phone out. All right, so let's see here.
Veteran.
All right, so the easier one to do would be the shiny, the Shundo counts over here. And I'm just going to show right over here. So we have Shlundo Groudon, Shundo Rayquaza, Dragonite, Chandelure, Magnezone, Heracross. They're all best buddied. Sylveon, Delphox, Gengar. This was my first Shundo, the Gengar.
The Gengar? Nice.
Yep. And then Ampharos, Heliolisk, Go-Goat, Shlundo at that, Victory Bell, and Probopass. So 14 shinies without our Hundos. And then when it comes to actual Hundos, back in the day, you couldn't actually look up Hundos. You had to tag them. So you'll see a lot of my Hundos have these stars right beside them. So these are all my Hundos, but that includes certain shadows that aren't actually Hundos. But if you purify them, they would be Hundos. That's why I included them. So the number at the top will be the 647. If I was to actually look up 4-star, then it'd be 561.
So you have no life.
I have all of the life.
Oh, man.
There we go. No, so you have all that. And then I think we'll throw in a little bit of a bonus one. He's not really asking for it, but Shadow and 4-star.
That was going to be the next question, too.
12 of them.
12?
Yep. Shadow Mewtwo, Mamoswine, Amistar, Muck, 2 Ninetales, Hitmonchan, Marowak, Perugly, Camerupt, Drifblim. I literally caught this one yesterday, Skarmory.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. You were talking about that.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, okay. So what's your team?
Well, I mean, Instincts?
Yellow.
Yeah, yellow.
What do you think? You like it?
It's great. It's a type of team that you want to choose when you're playing hard mode in games. You want to challenge. It's a
no
team.
One's in yellow. It's always blue and red, right?
Yeah, usually. I mean, well, now these days, probably not so much. Yellow has taken a surgence in certain areas. I understand that, but so that means we're getting popular. That's great. But I mean, like, even the reasoning back in the day was stupid. It was like, okay, Zapdos is like the little spiky-haired kid that thinks that they're cool. Now, I know, I understand that, but if you really look at it, Zapdos beats out both Articuno and Moltres. You have an electric flying bird, and both of them are weak to electric.
Yeah, that's true.
Why wouldn't you choose Zapdos?
That's what I'm saying. But you remember, a lot of people that play Pokemon Go don't know anything about Pokemon.
Yeah, but even then, like what? They're going to choose Articuno, who's arguably one of the weakest birds in Pokemon Go.
That's true.
Right? And even the core games, too. You've played the core games yourself.
But the Ice has got a boost now in the core game, so...
I understand, but it's like still minimal boost.
Still sucks.
Yeah, Snowscape, that increases the defense during the hailstorm if you're an ice type. But I mean, like it has certain plays, but it's still generally overall not a good mon. And then you have Moltres. Moltres is cool, but it's a giant flaming bird. I mean, like
how many of those can we have? There's so many of these flaming birds. So, what do you think should be changed now in the game? Like, what do you think? Like the remote passes, the price for them? Like,
well, obviously, the price of the remotes should be like changed back to free, or at least like back to like that I think it was like 250 for 3 remotes.
just like the premium.
Yeah. So I think that should be fine. But what I'm also thinking is maybe just try to change up the nature of the game itself. So in this way, maybe change up how gyms work. You would slot 6 mons in there, and then some people just have like 60 accounts, and then they slot all the gyms in there with their mons,
and then no one else can get into it.
Exactly.
We all know a lot about those guys. Huh?
So I think maybe rotating gyms, maybe change the fact that we could probably not only change teams, but like maybe merge teams. People have been talking about Team Go Rocket, if they were able to actually change to those teams.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then see, okay, who you go for, Cliff, Sierra, or Arlo. You could probably try to see if maybe you can merge teams too. Maybe you like being yellow, but you also want to be red. So then you merge yellow and red, you get orange. You're Team Orange there, right? Or you could do Team Green, Team Purple, maybe introduce other birds like Lugia, Ho in there.
Yeah.
See if people want to join those teams, Try to diversify the playing field a little bit. Because right now, the way that it is you have a lot of people fighting against each other, at least in the PvE format. And they're getting angry at the fact that there's so many people that take these gyms or are just general, can I swear on here? Or general assholes, It's not really
that's much a swear word?
That's really not much of a swear word, but I mean, like, I want to keep it PG for certain kids' audiences, right? Sorry, you can edit that out in post. It's fine.
We'll bleep it.
So, like, they think that you're general assholes. People with certain raid etiquettes, everything of that kind of sort. I think that if we're able to just change up that nature, that dynamic of teams and how gyms work going forwards, especially with all these new people coming out, there would be less bad blood and more cohesion. People will be willing to work together more as opposed to probably getting at everyone's necks. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. No, I get it. You bring up some good points there, man. Like, it does make sense. That would actually make it a lot better.
Yeah.
But would they actually do it?
You're not supposed to talk. Well, it could be something that they do in time, but they've got so many other features that they want to do within Niantic, Game Freak, just to improve the quality of life in the game. Then bring level 60. Like, come on, guys. Been talking about that for about 2 years.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the stuff you're gonna have to do for level 60? 10,000.
Yep.
Excellent throws. Damn.
Yep.
So, one last question. How are you going to do Go Fest? Are you excited for it?
Go Fest! Hell yeah!
So, what do you think about Necrozma?
I'm sorry, I was trying to use my indoor voice.
What do you think of Necrozma? I think it's going to be nice?
Necrozma is going to be nice, but it'd be interesting to see how the fusions work. Because if the fusions with Necrozma, Solgaleo, and Lunala happen, then you're going to get Dustmane and Dawn Wings. You're going to see how that's going to translate to some other mons, such as Reshiram, Kyurem, and Zekrom.
Yep.
Because they were the pioneers of the fusion.
And Calyrex.
Calyrex with Glasstrier and Spectrier. But then another interesting caveat is once we do get Dustmane, Necrozma, and Dawn Wings Necrozma, how do we get Ultra Necrozma?
That's true.
Yeah.
We only saw him in Ultra Sun and Moon, and we never saw that again.
Yeah,
I wonder.
And it was like, you remember battling Ultra Necrozma?
That was a great
battle. One shot every freaking mon. Photon Geyser. Oh my God.
Fun times.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that move in the game?
Oh.
All right, man. Well, thank you. It was good to see you. And it was good doing Raid Hour.
Yep.
Sky Denver misses Raid Hour. This was Yash.
I'm Volkaroar, level 50 in Team Instinct in the Pokemon Go.
And helper of all the rookies. All right, man. Thank you.